you want to know whether it's worth it for you to summon on the new Legends Limited Super Saiyan 3 Goku from GT. I'm going to be giving you everything you need to know in this video. We're going to go through some things you should consider before summoning. We're going to go into the kit breakdown. Then I'm going to give you whether I think it's worth it for you guys to summon. And then on top of that, I'll tell you guys whether I'm going to be summoning, as I know a lot of you guys like to follow what I'm doing. Let's get into this now. So here are some things you should keep in mind before even doing anything regarding summoning. The first thing you should do is consider your chrono crystals. It might not be worth it to just get one copy of this unit, as they still would be bad, but obviously to note, if you're a collector and just want the unit for sake, then this video in entirety is pretty much void, as you just summon regardless. Also, it might just be better to save for something else. Secondly, don't summon straight away. You never should summon straight away, to be honest. The banner is going to be releasing on the 12th of September, so that's Friday, and it's going to be ending on the 8th of October. That's a month, so you've got a lot of time to decide whether you want to summon, and within that time, you should be getting an opinion of the unit before spending your own chrono crystals. So in this time, you can watch showcases. I recommend you watch small content creators, not just big content creators, because every account will have a different showcase, different teams, different equipment, different star levels. But in this update, which is not something I've ever mentioned before, because of the new supporters, it could very much so stray how a showcase is portrayed. Especially with big content creators that would spend more chrono crystals on a banner, they're more likely to have higher stars than supporters, and the supporters give characters better defenses, which would obviously influence how a unit performs, which is why I'm telling you to get a widespread opinion, not just the ones you usually watch, but maybe watch someone you've never seen before. And it's also just more in favor to wait a long time. It could be 2 days, 3 days, even a week. Within that time, the meta will dictate whether your unit is good or not the content creators that you watched with their showcases. If people think they're good, you will see the unit in wide use. Thirdly, you should also consider the near future. There could be other units that come out very soon that could be more to your liking. A new campaign, which we don't know what it is yet, but we should be getting hints within the next week or two. Also down the line is the 2025 festival. It's quite far away. It starts in November, but just something to keep in mind. And the final thing I've got to say is, my judgment isn't final. I'm giving advice, which should be obvious, of what I think is best. And this is prior to the release, so I only have the kit. There's no stats. So even though the kit might look good, the stats could be something that completely make the unit bad. So if my judgment ends up being wrong, there's factors that I couldn't see as I'm recording this prior to the unit coming out, which is why I advise you actually wait before going in immediately, unless you just like the unit. In that case, you would summon regardless. And of course, it should go without saying, I can't say how well the unit will do long term. This unit could be the top 1 unit in the game, but in 2 weeks time, they drop the next unit, and that unit completely counts as this one. That's something I can't foresee. But that's everything you need to know. Let's get into the kit now. Right, so we've got the kit here, and there's quite a bit to go through, but I'm just going to tell you in advance, this unit does not have an ultimate art. There's something on the website that kind of bugged out, so I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression. Let's get into this. The unit is an element purple. Here are the character tags: Saiyan, Son Family, Super Saiyan 3, GT Kids. It's also important to note that he is a range type, episode Super Baby Saga GT. As he's a range type, here's his Z ability, base blast attack and base blast defense. You get extra strike defense if there's a GT battle member, and the tags GT, Saiyan, Son Family. When you pull, you'll get all 3 because you'll be getting more than 1 star, you know, so you won't be concerned about the Z1. Going into his strike, no blast armor, but he seals special move arts, and that seal will last for 3 time accounts, which is quite interesting. Going into the blast arts, he has anti-armor, ranged unit, you should expect that. If somebody does blast armor and he hits the blast card, they will do an extra 150% damage, which is actually a lot. It can erase a whole bar of health if you're lucky. We got the blue card here. The blue card on activation, draw up to 4 cards if hand has 3 or fewer, special move damage 40%, and that cannot be cancelled, so that's going to happen all the time, and it nullifies endurance. This should be the giveaway that he's not going to have an ultimate art, because in most cases, if a blue card on a Legends Limited unit nullifies endurance, the ultimate won't exist because the LF will be this. After activation, if key is 50 or more, critical damage 20%, and this cannot stack and it's uncancelable, and it will also destroy the entire enemy card. Now you can tell it's a close range one, so it's a moving forward one because it has blast armor. This might not seem useful until you get to the green card, where it says draw 1 card, key plus 50, all arts cost minus 10, which is going to help the blue card for you to stay above 50 key. Nullify special cover change, so cover null, and something that I found really interesting, he seals strike quick special skills, so the green card, and special move arts for 3 time accounts. All 3 types of cards will be sealed off his green card, which is nasty, and it's the type that you're just standing there when you press it. Here's his main ability. Oh, they updated it. So before, where it said main ability, there was an ultimate arts card here, which was a very big error when I first read the kit, but it's fixed now. Destroy 1 card, then draw special move arts next. Health 30, key 100, Dragon Balls 2, and then enemy vanishing gauge 100%. Now these 2 together is nasty work, because you can literally just press the main, remove their vanish, and then you get 2 Dragon Balls, so you'll probably be able to rise and rush immediately, which is nasty. Also cancels all enemy attribute upgrades and buff effects, which is nice. Here we have the start ability, and he actually has pretty good numbers. Damage 270, which is nearing the ultras, who I believe have 300, and then the damage guard 190, which is on the upper end. So if I want to give you an example, this is better than Metal Cooler, so a decent bit better. This is like better than Cooler's last life, right? He has a final counter, so once you take him out, he does damage to the enemy that's in front of you and the sideline enemies, half the enemy dealt. I'll get to that later though, but just know that most of this is good. The damage numbers are good, the damage guard is good, but we won't know completely until we see the stats. But from this, it's good so far. And allied tag GT damage, this is also good, and just allied damage in general. So GT specifically will get 35%, so this guy would actually be a good asset to support the team as well as do his own damage. He's meant to be like a burst type unit. Also nullifies wide range special arts or explosive greens. He can do that 1 time, don't sleep on that. Here we're going into the unique ability. So the final counter, which I pretty much just explained, he's going to deal damage to the enemy in front of you after he gets taken out. He has no survivability, so no endurance, no revival, nothing like that. But also the damage that he deals to the person in front of him, it will also be half of that to the allies on the side of him, which is obviously very, very impactful on his deathbed as well. On battlefield entry, cover no, he has 50 key, which is nice. If he's facing a character, they change the text so it's on enemy character confrontation. He draws 1 card if hand has 3 or fewer. He gets type neutral, complete type neutral. So even if it comes in a cover change, even if he just entries, he'll have type neutral completely, which is good. Enemy gets minus 30 key, so on cover change, that's good. And if the enemy switches out, so he confronts a new character, they will also lose minus 30, and then he can go type neutral again, which is nice. And also all enemy draw speed -1, so the more they cover change, the less draw speed they will have, and that's for 5 time accounts. On card draw, he's gonna heal every time, and damage goes up, so he stacks damage from drawing cards. After arts card use, if key is 50 or more, he's gonna do damage 50% for 2 time accounts, and critical rate will go up for 30% for 2 time accounts. So the next 1 or 2 arts cards will do crazy damage. And then on vanishing step, he will draw 1 card if hand has 3 or fewer. He's gonna get 30 key, and the unique gauge charge rate will go up 100%. Now his gauge charges through him charging key, so the rate of it charging goes up, which means that you'll be able to fill your gauge faster and get the buff effect, which we'll go into later. But just note, vanishing stepping is very integral with this guy, which you'll see later. But you get a card from vanish stepping, which is nice, and key. So if you get a PV, quick combo starter. When enemy attack ends, you're gonna get ally health up, ally sub count -2, and destroy 1 enemy card. So your teammates will be healing as well, getting the benefit of that. So if the enemy is tap attacking, right, that's the end of the combo immediately. They're immediately it's gonna heal your allies, which is useful. When on standby, an enemy activates a special move, ultimate or awakened art, or rising rush, sub counts -5, no buff cancellation, just getting him out of the battlefield so somebody else can take the full force. He has a strike cover change, and it can combo a blue card. Now here's his unique gauge. I already told you, it fills rapidly by charging key, and it empties by vanish stepping. This I didn't tell you, but now you know. And when it fills, right, you're gonna get a green card, heal, you're gonna get your vanish back, which can happen 5 times, draw speed, which cannot stack, and cancel attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. And then while it's full, so until you vanish step, you'll get more damage guard, and you'll go type neutral against the damage you receive, and nullify attribute downgrades, and that would be everything for his kit. So it's actually a pretty decent kit, especially for the offensive. Only no survivability, which is the downside, but he's a purple unit, so you know that means he's gonna be a good look to get rid of the full power freezer users. But yeah, that's Legends Limited Super Saiyan 3 Goku's abilities. Now you want to know whether you should summon or skip the Legends Limited Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and honestly, in my personal opinion, if you're not using GT, I don't think you'll see the full benefit of this Goku. He's really tailored for it, not in his kit for attacking, but specifically for supporting. Giving allied damage, that could be anybody for sure, but it's 25%, but there's an additional 15% if your ally is a GT member, and I think GT just synergizes super well even without this guy right now, so adding him to the mix will be super nice. You also get extra bit of help to bail you out, so if the enemy takes you out and you're using this Goku, doing that damage and the AoE damage to enemies allies is actually very, very useful. But I don't think he's going to be a make or break for the team. You're not going to need him, but he's going to be something that could be stacked on top. But more than anything, he's a very good partner for Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Given that his stats stats are good. If you have Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta specifically, I would recommend getting this guy. But outside of that, I wouldn't say you need this guy. Even if you have a GT team and you have 3 of the characters, so Legends Limited Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, the Tag 4s, you have Bomku, the blue Zenkai that happened recently, and you also have Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, I wouldn't say you necessarily need this guy. But I think if you wanted to use this guy with Vegeta, you'll get a lot out of him. So I can't just recommend this to anybody, but I do think he'll be a good asset if you do invest in him. Hopefully his stats are good, so that lives to be true. Now people want to know whether I'm going to be summoning, and if you wasn't in my live stream, then you wouldn't know. But if you was, I used all my Chrono Crystals. The minute I saw him not go Super Saiyan 4, I said, I don't really want him. It doesn't matter what his kit does to me. I've been like that the whole year. I've been trying to go for characters I just like. I like all the characters in Dragon Ball, but you have to pick and choose which ones you like most, you know? And I would have preferred that he go Super Saiyan 4, and I didn't summon on Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, so I went ahead and summoned on Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I have 0 Chrono Crystals, gonna be starting saving Sundays soon, so I'm gonna be following through with that and we can all do it together. So I'm gonna tell you straight, I don't even have the CC if I wanted to summon on this Goku, but I know I don't, so I'm okay with that. But that's based on aesthetics, you know? I'm moving with more of the collector mindset, but I wouldn't summon, I think, regardless, because my GT team is pretty solid. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, not summoning. That's going to make the end of the video. Let me know in the comment section whether you're going to be summoning or skipping Legends Limited Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I already said I'm not going to be summoning, but I think if you do get him, you'll have fun with him, as his animations did actually look good. But for me, it's just a no, went for Vegeta instead. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 200,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name's ZAKASHI, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.